Let's go over to Kerala now, where a convention was taking place demanding justice for a nun who has raised allegations of sexual abuse against a Jalandhar Bishop Franco Mulakkal. Now, there's a big update on that story. The church has revoked the transfer orders of these protesting nuns on a day that they were taking to the streets for protest. They got the cancellation orders this morning on a day when they were expected to start around 2 of these protests, and they have still arrived at the venue to thank the organizers. Moving on, let's go over to Sneha Mary Koshi in Kottayam, getting us more information. Sneha, the nuns have been protesting for a very long time against this transfer order. You know, many were saying that this is an attempt to weaken the case against the bishop. Now, the transfer order has been revoked. What does this mean for the nuns and for their case, and how do you see this playing out now?
Well, what is important is the nuns are still here at the convention where they were supposed to be protesting and demanding the revoking of these transfer orders. And it is here that these nuns have announced that they received a letter from the administrator of Jalandhar Diocese of the Catholic Church, Bishop Agnello. Now, we've got the letter, and in this letter, the bishop has actually written that I'm very surprised and dismayed at seeing the letters which were issued. I'm giving a directive to the general that she will not issue any letters to the 5 of you without my explicit permission. This will be an order for her from me, and he also goes on to say there will be no move from the Diocese of Jalandhar to oust you from the convent where you're living as long as you're needed for the court case. So a very strong statement now coming from the church. It's coming late, but finally it has arrived. The nuns say they're extremely relieved, and they are happy that at least the church is waking up to their demands at this point, months after they began their struggle. In fact, if my camera person Babu can actually pan and show you, this last line is what many of the nuns are really looking at. Kind regards to all of you, remember me to sister, and then there's a dash. It actually, many within the congregation as well as the nuns who are protesting are pointing out that this is for the first time that somebody at an extremely senior position, a bishop himself, is reaching out to them and telling them to pass on or convey their regards to the survivor nun. And this is being seen as a very important step by the nuns who are protesting even today, demanding that they should be allowed to live peacefully as long as the case against Bishop Franco Mulakkal is going on in the court. Now, why am I saying bishop? That's another demand which is being raised by Save Our Sisters organization, saying that Franco Mulakkal needs to be defrocked. That means, in technical terms, it really means that he should be stripped of the designation of a bishop. Right now, there's no response to that. We'll keep bringing you. We've spoken exclusively to one of the nuns here. We'll bring that to you shortly.
Right. Thank you very much, Sneha, for joining us with that update.